the new corrupted weapons, Merciless, Aelion, Deceit, and then we go the Meridian and Rune pistol. Rune pistol is the best one, not because the gun itself is great, but the modifier makes everything around you take 10% more damage. If you kill it, drops an echo that makes you do 10% more weak spot damage as well. Pretty freaking nice for an offhand, just saying. Let's go ahead and give a gander to see if they're good or not. So Merciless actually changed, even with the base shots. You now have 3 shots versus the previous 50, but they do a lot more damage. I don't think they're scaling properly with your actual build though. So I'll pop these and see if it changes. That is not a massive change at all. If you pop the modifier, if you land 3 shots, you then reload instantly, which that's pretty good. Damage wise though, that's not really winning me over at all. Not to mention, you're gonna need to bring a freaking ring, probably Aelion sigil for mod generation. The corrupted Meridian. Truth be told, I made a build for it and I didn't like it that much. I do enjoy the freaking modifier. It's freaking sick. But modifier, you shoot forward a bunch of cluster bombs. Sounds cool, looks cool, awesome. The basic fire, you can actually charge it now up to 3 and it shoots all 3. It's not scaling like it should though. It's not scaling with weapon damage, it's scaling with mod damage, which means even with the mod damage, it ain't looking too great. But I made a mod build to try and have fun, and it's okay, I guess. It is like peak damage. It can scale kind of high, and you can build mod power decently fast, I guess. But it's a lot of work. And I feel that the visual clutter and the bombs being able to hit you makes it not that amazing. Like under perfect scenarios, you can build a lot of mod charge. Hopefully in the future we get even better mod generation, because even currently it requires a lot for it to work. Like the Firestorm is hitting multiple targets, so it's generating a lot more mod power than it should. But regardless, a big downside of this is the fact that that rolls you. You don't die from it. I have kinship, so you would if you didn't. But it stuns you, and the stun radius is pretty big. I'm pretty far away from that. So there's a downside there. You can't play with your friends per se with this build. I mean, you can if you want to be that guy. But there's a lot of downsides with it. And even with the Firestorm and abusing the whatchamacallit, Stone of Malevolence, the mod generation still isn't that amazing. In the future, if we get some mod style mutators, some mod gen mutators, that would be amazing. The corrupted Aelion is kind of nice. You shoot 3 little lines that are all stacked vertically. So the other version of this weapon, you shoot 1, corrupted, you shoot 3. And you also shoot a bunch of balls this time, which is also crazy because it generates a ton of mod power. The damage it deals is nothing to write home about, sadly. Maybe it's bugged, I don't know. But the mod generation is nice with Stone of Malevolence. It will instantly charge this. Even though it's hitting multiple targets, it still charges really fast. Wait, that could be cap. If only you could separate the target dummies to see what it does to one target. But I was fighting bosses with it, and it does generate mod charge fast. The downside is having to wait for the orbs to travel. They take 30 years, bruh. And you can also hit yourself. One thing you can do for the folks that want to use it is you can shoot the balls and then swap your... You can activate your mod, shoot the balls, hit your mod button again to deactivate it, and that's much faster than waiting for the game to do it for you. Like, watch. This is normal versus me hitting the button. Little pro tip there if you want that. The Deceit fires a ring of spinning blades which penetrates targets as it travels up to 20 meters before returning to the weapon. While traveling, activating Windfall again causes the projectile to spin in place. I didn't know that part. Up to 3 seconds. Activating it once more will recall it. Enemies struck by the Windfall obtain tainted blood for 3 seconds, causing all attacks from Deceit to trigger as a weak point or weak spot hit for the duration of the effect. So I didn't read that part where you reactivate it, and that would have been nice to know. Oh my gosh. We're gonna need mod generation. This is tragic. Amen. That's pretty good. You actually get a lot of damage in. I do not hate that one bit. It even lasts long enough to where you could maybe use Faerun's or Phelan's sigil, which they should make it so the ring... Okay. The ring I'm talking about is this one right here. Faerun's sigil. Will Faerun's sigil. Before, you could hit weak spots and it would generate mod power while your mod was already being in use, which for some reason you can't generate mod power for it while it's in use. Whatever. I think it should make it to where either you can do that at a reduced rate and help this make that rate a bit better. So don't make it as good as it used to be before, but make it to where it's possible. That makes more mod builds more fun, and that makes the game more enjoyable. Just spitballing here. But for this build, you just want to have more mod generation, and that wouldn't be bad. Let me see the damage on that again real quick. I wasn't peeping the DPS, so I'll do it without buffs and see what's popping. It does shoot super slow though. 3k DPS is not what I'm about. That is a little questionable, I guess. Little questionable. It just seems like you're trying kind of hard to do not much damage, which is a constant issue in Remnant 2 for me personally. Like, a lot of the fun builds just don't do any damage. I think that 4k should be the minimum that most builds would do in this game. Like, steady 4k. The Corrupted Rune Pistol is pretty decent. Deathbrand, obviously pretty nuts, but the weapon itself, I mean, it's a sidearm. That's not terrible damage. The reload isn't awful either. That's not bad. That's decent damn. Now, the main thing you use this for, I would say, is going to be the brand. So, you mark it, and all of a sudden, things take more damage now. But peep game, bruh. Go ahead and bop, bop. Not bad. So that's like 52, something like that. And now it's 5k. Wait. Is the brand gone? I'm confused. Okay, so basic shot. Cool. Remember those numbers. It's important. 66. The crit isn't that much better. Am I scuffed? It works though. It has to work, dude. It has to work. It says applies death brand to all enemies within 25 meters, increasing incoming damage by 10%. Enemies killed while bearing the death brand leave behind an echo, which lasts 10 seconds. Echoes make your weak spot damage increase by 10% for 10 seconds. Like, bruh, it's supposed to work, bro. It's supposed to work. If it's not working, it's not my fault. But it works with the build I posted with the turret exploit yesterday, so just saying. In conclusion, the new corrupted weapons are neat. The idea of it's awesome, and some are okay, but the majority just aren't really for me. I'm looking for damage, and they don't really do that at the moment. Could change in the future, you never know. But hey man, it's more content, and that's awesome. The biggest downside though is having to farm the aberrations, which only drop 1 shard per aberration, max to 10 shards you can carry, and eventually the spawn rate of these aberrations will go down, and it's not going to be a good feeling, dude. It's going to feel awful to farm that. So they should make them drop more than 1 shard, 2, 3, maybe 4 if we're getting crazy, and make the stack limit go to like 20 or so, at least 20. But overall, great addition, came out of nowhere, so I'm thankful for it. Anywho, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the Apex content I'll be posting on TikTok and probably here, finals video, and other videos of me if you want. And have a good day. Thanks for watching. Peace.